God be with you. So many products and so many topics and so much details involved. So you're just talking about unpassive. That's what's unpassive.
That's
It's
exactly
it's
right. All of
it's
it.
rare when you have multiple topics in one place, multiple topics versus therefore products. That's good. That's power. If it was one thing, I mean, eventually we're gonna get tired of it. But I was on a live demo yesterday with O Connect, and today after the aftermath, I'm gonna call it. It was incredible. Okay, I was jumping, and I I just found like I was reading my they sent me a report. You know, the mom minutes of meeting. Anybody been involved? I'm sure Engineer Michael knows. So the minutes of meeting, there were 60 items was added to the bucket. That's how much it got nastier. Well, better. And today, I don't know, I just had a creative moment again, and I added on my document for OConnect three more that will be discussed with the team. So it is never ending. It is in a good way, of course, you know. So we are stacking the cool at its finest. Uh, I was on a conference call with the lawyers this morning. For some weird reason, I just, while talking to them, some crazy ideas came to my mind about mail. I don't know what was the connection, but it triggered me, and I couldn't wait to get off that call conference and start writing those ideas. I got them. They didn't fly away, so I got all the ideas. They're captured about OMail. OMail is gonna make you crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is just uh, taking off. Now we are getting creative. Again, there's MVP, and then you stack the cool. That's where we are now. We are gonna blow this up. I love it. I mean, it's almost you can dance. You could hug that oatmeal and just dance with it. That's how good is it. Kissing marshmallows is an understatement. As of the first products on our data center, uh, the report it says ultra fast. That's how is the upcoming OMail is ultra fast email system. It's incredible. But all my life, you guys, I listened a little bit on the video while I was on the move on YouTube. You covered a bit of it. Like you amazed me. I don't know how did you know that. I didn't tell you all those information, but great guess and good assumptions on the right track. Absolutely. But of course, I don't know what's the word, but let's find what's handy. It is crazier than you think for sure. So I guarantee that. I love it, and yeah, all my life is 100% unique to us. Never been thought or attempted before that a similar product, and it's good for many reasons. Maybe I can I wasn't planning. I want to start talking about not only all my life, but any product before it's actually right there about to be released to you. So this is an exception. Um, we're not close to releasing that to you. It will be probably it's one of the icing on the cake. It's not necessarily the meat and potato. It's the garnishing. It's that crown on passive. Uh, Not necessarily a profitable item, similar to Obless. Some stuff we do not necessarily to have transactions, but it is incredibly valuable. I do believe it will change many aspects of our life. from the core. All right. I can spend a few weeks talking about all my life. That is one of my babies. It's not, I cannot say my baby. Okay. I have a bunch of babies. I have a farm and they're all unicorns. The theory of oh my life, okay, how can I simplify it without giving too much, without breaking the pattern and talking too much too soon before it's actually complete, because that will be talking, not walking. I like to walk before the talk. Okay, what do you prefer, your child to walk first or to talk? They will annoy you. Yeah, you want them to walk. They walk, you know, they talk is easy. We can talk. Okay. But let me try to put a diagram. I'm not sure if you allow me. Oh, there's they added the whiteboard. I don't have to go anywhere, so we'll stay here. Okay, new whiteboard. Okay, tell me if you can see me or see my.
Not yet. We don't.
The
There we
whiteboard.
do.
Yep, the simple thing.
The whiteboard now.
Yep, it's coming up. There you go. It's up.
Anyone can. Okay. So, what color do you like, Milo? Blue, sharp.
Blue or green.
Okay. All right. So this is the memory and the learning chart. Okay. So this will represent time. This will represent memory. Memory, okay? You are a student or you just attended a class. I think that would be the best example, okay? And right when you finish that class, say science, all right? The minute you finish it, it's you are at the peak. If this is 100%, you are not necessarily 100%, depending on how much you paid attention. But then from there, so by the time you get home, you're hungry. I'm assuming we're in a traditional school. You're hungry, see a few people, it will never be again at 100%. I'm talking about how much you remember from that class. 45 minutes class, you got it, you fired up, you learned something. By the time you get home, you're hungry, it declined a little bit. Okay? You sleep, you watch TV, you talk to family. The next day, it declines. All right? A week later, now you're going to remember something when last week, not that fresh. So what is this, like 80% now? Okay. Now, that's why we call in schools, you review. Your goal when you review is to boost it back to that 100%. Try to memorize and recall those informations on your, those pieces of information on your brain. You try. I don't think you would ever get it back to 100% like the original time. So then another week goes back, it declines. This is time. All right. You review, but by the time you finish, you pass the test, all of that. Years later, this, if it goes on and on and on. So, Engineer Michael, you took calculus in your life. Do you remember when was the last calculus class in your life? You're going to need a while to remember that. Needless to remember one letter from that class. So it is definitely at the bottom. How much you can recall from that class? No way. Even if it was 2 years ago or 20 years ago, it's over. Can you imagine if we always hover around the 100% in our memory and all the information that we gain we can contain them and hold them as long as we want and recall them, retrieve them on demand. So the theory of Oh My Life is anytime you want the fingers of your tips, like a finger in your fingers tips, like instantly you can recall the information and it will constantly and permanently hover around the top. That's so much retention from our knowledge and information. That's on the education. So I'm going to take this away and we're going to create, this is the traditional one. We're constantly, not necessarily, you know, in aging terms, we tend to start losing. No, even children, you know, that's why we have to repeat a lot to kids. So memory is something that was designed by the creator to lose, and it has a good side of it, okay? Because good memories, good information, yeah, you want to hold on to it, but the system is you know, two ways, all right? But also if you have sad feelings and your body memorizes them and your brain and your your heart, okay, they will be forever. I don't want to open a dramatic episode here, but if one day on your own, imagine the saddest moment of your life, if you recall that fresh and freshly, permanently at 100%, life will be devastating. So thank God he created that memory loss. That's a beauty. That's the wisdom of it. That's the purpose of it. Okay. So we should lose memory, but thanks to technology now and thanks to OnPassive, we can use what we want. We don't have to be a hold or a tank for that unnecessary information, right? We can store it on technology, but yet it's handy for us. So this will be the OnPassive chart. It will be here, no matter how far you go here, 75,000 years from now, as long as there's technology and there is, you bet there would be, okay? And there are servers and there are data centers, it will be stored and archived for generations to come. Remember, your lifespan is not going to be 200 years, all right? So if we can keep it for 200 years, that's amazing. Even for a baby or a newborn infant, okay, we will be fine. Okay, so that's the theory of reserving the memory. Now, who could use it and what it's used for? All right, we're done with that. Okay. Number one, the obvious, students in academia, okay, and academy, they will be the smartest students. We're giving them that weapon so they would never forget anything. They can retrieve the information, not only for the term, which is typically 4 months, or a class, 2 months or something, for the course of their life. They can hold that information and knowledge. Now, that is a good component of Academy. Not only you're giving them the information, you are enforcing the utilization of that information and knowledge. 2, scholars, researchers are going to love it. Writers, because they constantly collect data and thoughts and all of that. Inventors, they want to preserve things. Preachers, men of religion or women, they would love that. Historian, perhaps politicians and those who are involved in current events, and they want to watch things and hold into that. I do believe also it can be useful for the, you know, crime investigators and criminal system in a way where we have a smarter way of getting tips quickly and act and and go after the criminals, with the data. It could be very useful, and for business, for social and family, of course. Okay, everything goes over, back to the family. So that is a complete cycle of who, and perhaps everybody would have a creative use of it, but socially and for travel reasons. Going to give you a few examples, all right? But for you not to take it too serious, let me give you an example. My wife is not feeling that well. I said earlier, okay, don't worry. Don't worry about food. I'm going to take care of that. I'm going to make my delicious soup. She knows I have a very unique soup. It will impress even Red Redfern. Okay, so, and I said, don't worry, I'm going to get it. I'll do it for you. Now, I got behind with some work and all of that as usual. And she said, don't worry, I'm going to order and I'll have soup. Now, I'm not an idiot, okay? If I do that, if I allow her, she's going to be using all my life. In 2045, okay, she's going to tell me, do you remember at 7 o'clock in 2022, June 8th, okay, you ditched me, I wasn't feeling good. So that's a problem. I'm digging my own grave by designing all my life. Now, if I don't have it, she will forget in a couple of years. So I'm not gonna, so that's a cool side of it. But another side of it, how often do you meet people? Let's say in the food, we actively go out and eat and meet people, etc. We build relationship, but you build it not strong enough that you would remember next time. Especially if you are food savvy, you analyze it. Remember that chart? So at the end of the meal, I can give you the service was amazing, but this was, too dry, from a food perspective, and too salty, too, etc. Okay, I can give you details. There's no possible way I would recall that if I go to that place a year from now. I wouldn't even remember what did I order and how was it and who. Can you imagine if I pulled that phone and took a picture of my meal and I put 2 comments there, but the food, the server, and the person who took care of us. And when I go back there on my way, before I get in, I'm going to look back, say, listen, I want Lynn. She took care of us last time here. I want her to serve us today. Hi, Lynn, you probably don't remember, but I remember we were here last year on June the 3rd at 8:30, and this is what we've ordered, and this was exactly our experience. And I know what to order and not what to reorder because I have comments. Tiny thing, but now measure on that anything of a scale, whether it's a lesson, whether it's your doctor visit, I'm talking about socially, whether it's an occasion, it's a wedding, who came to your child wedding, who didn't come, what did they give you, all of that. So this is gonna be a little too revealing, but for you, obviously you could choose how you can monetize that. Obviously, everyone would walk away with a few things. Now, this is the technology's aspect of it. You could walk away with your own Wikipedia, encyclopedia, okay? So Jeffrey Morlock just decides to create your own public Wikipedia page. There will be the template and the content that is taken away from it, okay? It's for you to edit, but it's ready. So that's something you would walk away with it. Secondly, biography, like a memoir, okay? A whole book. That's when I mentioned historian, politicians, all of that. They're going to love it, okay? So now they will be able, it's ready. They don't have to reinvent the wheels. They just report everything that they go through or what matters to that career, okay? And at the end of the day, it's already there, classified, archived, categorized, and just monetize it however you wish, okay? And so you will have your book done for you. You're going to have your blog, personal blog, done for you, okay? And you can play with it, subtract, add what you choose to reveal. Keep in mind, okay? Because while you're feeding, you give it what you want, okay? Of course, you want to be accurate with yourself. If you're not, it's a big topic, okay? Um, you will find that as needed. But if something, in my career, I don't think it's a secret or confidential, for example, I'm adding that there. There's no need. So it's not like available to the public unless I choose to, okay? And it depending where you put it. Now, there will be some secrets or privacy, things about somebody's illness. You don't want to share that with the whole world, right? Okay? Your details, or you're tracking a pattern, a health issue, you'll be able to refer to that information when needed. It will help your doctors. 15 years ago, your last dentist, what did they say? How did this evolve? How long did it take? In detail. Many times you ask me, Dr. Bill, well, when was the last time you had the root canal? I don't remember. I'm just going to give it a wild guess. In the last 25 years, I don't know when. Okay. But I'm going to be able to tell you this day, this is exactly what happened. And up and go on and on and on and on. Now, if you want to utilize that with your clients, okay, you're going to blow their mind, okay? Whatever business you have, a retail, when your client come to you, hey, Dan Street, I remember you bought this from me to that, and you know what? I want to make it up to you. I felt we overcharged you or something. That was 5 years ago. And man, it will blow your mind. This person couldn't sleep for 5 years. This is unbelievable. So you're going to remember their names, or they will, whatever the equation here. So I can go on and on and on, but I can tell you, it's one of my babies all my life. The possibilities are endless. However you want to play with it, it is yours, okay? But the packaging of the information, it will be disruptive in many ways, whether you want to publish it publicly, make it available with a certain group or individuals, with the wife or somebody, even if you want to go all the way to your wallet access, or to your uh, bank account information, or to want to share it with your spouse or somebody, a guardian, or that is useful. It is needed when you will have, obviously, with the customization of passive, when and who, and there would be some security to unlock that. It's amazing. So we can go on and on and on. So the other topic we talked about, okay, Connect. I'm going to go back. I'm cheating. I can't help myself. I want to talk about it. I can't. Okay, Create. So yeah, Create is not what you think. Okay, it is definitely bigger. All right. So we are creating the websites and the content and all of that, but perhaps we want to leave that a la carte, or on demand, or the customizable aspect. Okay, you never have to use it or create. Never. You don't have to. Okay. Now, if you want to play with it, you're not going to break anybody. You're not going to break the computers. You're not going to create the system. Nothing. You want to play with it for fun and delete it, save it, however you want to do. Uh, it's your choice. But if you choose, or if you have a reason, if you have a need, again, everything is categorized. All right. What are you and what you're trying to accomplish? Number one, you want to build a website. There are themes of websites for business, for finance, for charity, for personal page, for food, for travel. They have theme. You select the template. Some of them blank. All right, drag, drop, drag, drop. Okay, select. So you put a block for an image. You put a block for text. You put a block for title. Okay, and everything is customizable. It will starts with hello world, okay, and you build on. Now you can go miles and miles and miles upon miles deeper, and you can make it expandable. And I'm talking about a website, meaning multiple pages. You can create different pages in a website, not a single page, okay? A long one, flash one, with a slider, with video, all types of website. You select the theme, the layout. That's one click. The category, the theme, the click out, okay? Perhaps, and you fill in the blank, there will be some basic foundations, but everything is customizable. That is what it is, okay? Now you can have your own website. Might take you a couple of minutes if you have the text, okay? Tick, 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 okay? It might take you 10 seconds if it's a simple thing, all right? You wanna announce an event, on a webinar, or you wanna create a quick page, okay, on your own domain name for a child birthday, okay? You wanna invite your neighbors or so, it's a piece of cake, okay? And you have them in your own mail, contacts in one group, neighbors, okay, or family, just drop an email and they have a link and they have the details where you meet me, what you do, bring and dress and all that. It's for social, for anything. It's all connected together. Now, that is one category, website. Another thing, you're going to have a short website. Now, we're going to fade away. You all know Mari DeGarmo, you know capture pages or splash capture pages or squeeze page, as of now we call them. I'm still not sold on the name, but we call them, you know, like the opt-in or the quick notification page. So let's call them short pages for now, which could be simply announcing a webinar, announcing an event, and a simple call for action. So a title, an image or a video, and a couple bullets. And so that's a simplified one. So a long, complete professional page of any category, any sector, and then short pages, and then WordPress. You have a template or multiple templates to choose. WordPress is an animal when it comes to SEO. They love it because it's customizable. You type what you want. So it's already there. All you have to do is type, delete, type, refill. Okay, the basic foundations. And of course, do we have library? Yes. We're going to keep on adding. There will be individuals in our different locations just feeding to the library, like, you know, stock images, things we create, media materials, okay? We will have a lot, okay? Like videos from us, from the company, that we make in events. Perhaps you can make your own and all of that, all right? So, so WordPress is one thing, but you might think of what about, you know, to create a webinar, what do you call it, campaign, or you want, so you want to have multiple pages, like a redirect page and a follow-up integrated with mail, and you know, you're announcing a class or something with Academy, so the integration kicks off. So it's called the redirect, and it's called multiple layers of utilization. So you can go on and on. Now, any page you may desire, any kind of page, we don't need to keep on going with the examples, okay? But if you have it, it is there. You just select what you want, fill in the blank, or just go with it. It is, here's, we're not done. Here's where it starts, okay? So you have that instantly hosted live, okay, on the World Wide Web with your own domain name. Remember Jeffrey Moloch? Okay, we said we're gonna start tick, 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 tick. Now I have it on a domain name. I'm gonna call that page, you know, June, okay? Now what I'm gonna find is jeffreymoloch.com/June. It's already live, whatever I just selected 2 seconds away, fresh, fresh from the oven, okay? That's how it is. Instantly, you don't need to wait and go now shop for a host and where do I put it and what's a good name and all of that. So whatever you name that page, instantly it's live. So anybody would be able to create. Okay, so that's how we're making you the hero. You never thought I would create a web page. Even I, look at me, I will be able to create a website using OCreate. It's that simple, okay? And anyone will have it on their identity. But if you are so scared, all right, very skeptical that you're going to destroy the planet by doing that, don't worry, you don't have to, and nothing will change, okay? Because you're going to have a website at least every day. Because if there's an event, we'll give you your link to that event on your domain name, Engineer Michael, on your domain name. But at the same time, there's a daily website, Engineer Michael, March 22nd, okay? And so forth, and so forth, and so forth. So every day there's at least one website, and there's, a live webinar coming. We should be the one to get credit on that with OConnect, right? And the button is there for call for action. We want to make a campaign sales, or it is limitless. Listen, if the initial feeling that you're having, I'm confused, this is crazy, I love it. That's exactly how I want you to feel, okay? It is crazy. So back to OConnect. I'm kidding. You have to you have to stop me. Okay. All right. We're gonna really have fun with it. Okay. Really have fun with it. Like fun. Okay. Now, what about OMA? It's a mail system. Up until this morning, I thought it's the best email system, but now it's more than an email. Up until this morning, it was no doubt, it was the most incredible, valuable email system, no doubt, but just email to email, all right? Now, it's not an email only. It's a blast.
Wow. Shoo. Wow.
Great is
Hey,
working.
Ash,
Talk to me.
you have just really piqued my curiosity. And I'm sorry to interrupt like this, but as long as you're talking about O'Mail, the other day you had said in one of the webinars that O'Mail, the only thing that could come close to it is what you've got in your imagination. And there's a lot of us. Can
I
you?
said that?
Yeah.
Man, I
You said
didn't know
there's
I
a
said
bunch
that
of stuff.
twice. That's amazing.
And imagination, and that really got me going. Can you share some of the features perhaps that you haven't shared with us about this? I mean, I know it's huge and I know it's the best thing going.
Man, I know these are public webinars. I really have a couple of things in my head, but and on the document here, what the heck? You're Jeffrey Morlock. Okay, so why not have a secretary to read for you?
Shoo. Oh, yeah.
I'm in my bed. Any of you does that? Okay. I don't want to read. Want to see with my eyes. Can I automate it to read sound to my headset? To read text for me?
Yeah.
It would be fun. Okay. Why email is boring? Boring. Okay. Why? Plain text doesn't have feeling, anything. Doesn't touch our senses. The only thing is like our sight, right? But if we incorporate other aspects of it, like hearing, music, background, that I can select to my recipient to hear, it's a soothing invitation. I'm trying to comfort one of my friends, okay, that everything is going to be okay. And, just a personal note, but why not having that spa background music while they're reading?
Oh,
I'm inviting them to an exciting event announcing, oh, mail. It should have some drum rolls. Da-da-da-da is coming. Okay. So I think that's enough, right? But more and more and more and more. But it's going beyond email. It's unemailing the concept of email and throwing every email to where they belong. And this is going to be fun, 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 fun. So I just thought about that.
Ash, will the email be also be able to be text? So can you text from the email?
What do you mean text? Like if it's a valid email?
TX, like no, to a phone, text to
Text.
a phone rather than email. Can the email just actually be put out so
Are
that
you
it's a text?
saying like to sync it on the cell
Yeah.
phone? Yeah,
So-
sync it. Yeah, we have sync. It's already synced.
So
Syncable.
okay, awesome.
Yeah,
And
it's on the video. We can sync that to your mail, to your mobile, whatever the provider is. And yeah, so you would be able to read it there.
okay, and I'm assuming that with the Create, you create a website, a web funnel. It could actually go to your email and
the
start a
redirect.
drip campaign.
Yeah, that's a short one or anyone. Yeah, it's forgive me, Milo. Let's move from that. That's old. Okay, we're gonna have to open your mind and be patient with me. Okay, just allow me. Okay, to show you. Not necessarily because I don't want you to be in the same mind. We're recreating insanity. The same thing. Okay, why? It didn't work 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Not to where we want to go. It doesn't mean it was at the time that's what we got, but now we got better and more advanced because we're going way higher and above. So this, come on, yeah. So there's a smart link just to comfort you with that. Okay, there's what you call a smart link, a button. Okay, one click, so it will be anywhere you embed it, anywhere. Okay, on any of your websites. We will do that day and night on every application. Okay, so it's simply you click it, that turns into a field. Once you finish the field, at the end of it, submit. It's one place, one bar, okay, or a button if you wish, or a banner. We play with the size, don't worry. Okay, so it is there, you submit, right? And that individual gets an email, and it's like always, it says accept invitation, get access, get free access. This, okay, so it's always, oh yeah, sure, it's one click. They click it, now it's populating their name, email, because remember, most of the information we know from our visitors on any of our properties, okay? We know where they are, like location, time zone, currency, language, all, we know so much. We know their IP address, etc. Okay, now we just, if you have their name and email address, pretty much you can go to the moon. Okay. Then in the email, they click, and that is obviously the button wherever you want them to be. It's to be on my contact list, and it's automatically in your contact list, to attend my webinar, to follow me on ONET, whatever that action. So each product has its call to action and call for action different button, but it's one click, it's a smart link, not a form, it's not opt in or subscribe or unsubscribe. Now, nobody would email nobody with anyone, nobody would email anyone or anybody from OMail, okay, without a permission. So the first time everybody's going to receive accept communication from, Diane Lennon.
So Aj,
You can block them. You can, put them back on the list, whatever you, obviously, because you need to have a permission to communicate with a person. So if you accept Diane, obviously, if you want to email her, also she would get a permission. Permission is a gentle knock on the door. You just don't want to walk into somebody's home. Be kind, be polite, knock on the door. They allow you in, no problem. And you put them in the perspective category. family, business, all of that. Hit me, Michael.
Yes, Mr. Ash. You know, every time there's some kind of fire, like our big brother Robert Kamal say, you bring it to us all of this while. It is fire upon fire upon fire. A lot is going on. So, but I want to bring you to one of your webinars. You were telling us about some mailing system that you have before. That mailing system made a lot. I mean, you were on there with it, and it fetched a lot of apples. So, if that mailing system was what it is, and we had that kind of apples, then we are coming to something else
It's
that
much
is
more, Michael. Yeah.
I don't know
It's
how
a
to
done deal.
pronounce the word.
Yeah.
So
I'm not in the business. What if, and let's see, and we will. No. It's a done deal. Whatever I told you is going to be done.
So we just want to get a little bit of comparison with that, so that we like the way you spark us.
It's an insult. Let's not compare. Yeah, but I'm going to go with the flow. Go.
Yeah. So I want to know a little bit these features that we have now, and we don't have them yet in the market. What would be the impact?
Very simple. Very simple. Passive is a gigantic lobby, the dashboard. Okay. Okay. We want to make sure it can fit. It's a giant living room or lobby or green room, or what do you want to call it? Mall? I don't know.
Okay. You call it. You told us one time that is the biggest mall. That shopping mall. Yeah.
I'm trying to make it more friendly and kind of more to be more hospitality. I don't know what's hospitable. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. It's good to have sharp people around you. They can kick you when you're off track. Okay. So hospitable, we want to make it more friendly and hospitable. And the whole idea is to make it attractive, comfortable, perfect climate, not too hot, not too cold, not too rough, not pressure, that is likable from the 5 billion people who go online every day, and that is so huge, it's vast, that it can fit them with comfort without eating each other, okay?
Thank you very much.
That's it. Now, this is making no money. Anybody will tell you this is the dumbest businessman I've ever seen. I know Dr. Bill will laugh, okay? but that's step one, okay? So our goal is to welcome people, embrace them, not sell them. But once they have enough value in the most protected, comfortable environment they've ever been to, and now they have so many possibilities. All right, how many times you've been in Dubai, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When you go to Dubai Mall, okay, most people, they go there as it's the largest mall on the planet, the busiest, okay, on the planet, and most people go there, okay. It's literally nothing. What is there? It's not Mecca. It's not Rushmore. It's not. What is there? It's desert, a big building, good air conditioning, nice design and lavish. Now, not only the local people go there, the whole world is like going to pilgrim there, okay? And that's the whole idea. So when you go there, mostly you're going to meet a friend there because it's a landmark. Like, where do we meet? Okay? You go there and you had no plan to spend any money. Some people, they just want to walk because it's hot. Just want to walk indoors, wander around. That's all they want to do. Some people, they just, whatever they want to, they have in mind, but I'm not into what people have in mind. I'm going to create that mall where people come in uncomfortable, but make no mistake, nobody walks in there without spending something. Because you're going to either eat there or you're going to buy there. Okay, so it's that simple. Doesn't take a genius. So have we made an internet cafe, but virtual, like that's large? So that's the whole thing. We're going to create it, but people will buy a snack or something bigger, whatever they want to buy. We have it.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Ash.
And we connect them to everybody else. And like, it would be dumb not to come. It's free. So that's the whole idea, to have that gigantic, you know, where it suits 5 billion, if not more, without a blink, and people feel comfortable enough. If not this year, I mean, we want somebody to subscribe 5 years from now. We don't want them all to come in one day. Then what, right? So let them take the time. But somebody will be excited day one. Somebody will be more excited the next day. Somebody, it's done, and there's enough. I would say potential lucrative success for all of us, because you could define success in any way you want. I might want to be there because of the knowledge I want to gain, or the social life, okay, or because of, you know, the connection, the network, and all that. Some, they're just after that, you know, dollar sign. No problem, okay. Whatever you're in for, you'll find it, and it doesn't bother us, and that's not our area to dictate what you like and dislike.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ash. Over to you,
So,
Milo.
to my knowledge, I think we're doing good for humanity. Okay, we're doing good.
We're good.
We're good.
Ash, have you got any updates about the data transfer? Is that all going to plan?
Yeah, so they are configuring some of the live stuff. So it's more complex than it sounded. So it's going to require you know, some time, but it's already undergoing. Okay, I just probably shouldn't listen to the times they keep on updating. This time. So that time, I would just tentatively, any time, any day, it can go on briefly, it can go down. Hopefully we can minimize that to the least amount of time, and then we will come back. It is seamless. It's not going to be something, you know, that will affect or smell or vibrate.
I'm
Nothing.
sure I'm the same as many founders, that I've never looked forward to a site going down so much as this one.
Yeah, it's one of the steps. There's so much going on, like, other than this, but the least to say, we should be not only extremely proud. I mean, if there's, what's the word, ultimately proud, like what is the most proudness, okay, or level of pride we could have? I couldn't be any prouder. Okay, let's invent something. Okay, what the heck, we can do that, right? We can rewrite the rules of engagement, okay, as we wish. Okay, who's the boss?
You freeze up, Mr. Ash? Oh,
We should be proud to the mass, or what about that? Ask dummy, don't use it. Okay. Yeah, tell me.
I am proud, man, of everything that's going on. It's hard to sleep, I'll tell you that. And you know, the excitement that's building, it's amazing. You know, with everything that's
I
going
got
on.
it, Milo. You should be a proud in air.
There we go. Hey, I'd be one of them.
Yeah, proud in air.
Sparrow,
It
proud
is.
in there.
You know, it's like a million and a millionaire. You should be proud in air. Okay.
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm just overexcited, you know, but to be on this journey, you know,
How about a
for
proud in air?
yeah, any of them. I am proud to be with old Pat.
Indeed.
You know, just a great family, and what you brought to us, so we can't thank you enough. And you know, for coming on here even and just dropping the golden nuggets, man. I say a lot of times, man, I paid thousands of dollars and I never hear what you tell me in, you know, 30 minutes, or, you know, when you walk in the room, we all listen. That's for sure.
Yeah, we are the school, definitely. All right, I'll walk away with the last story here. Okay, quick story happened today. Okay, you could say It's not about me, but it came through me. Okay, so I am not the core of the story, but I want you to walk away with the lesson at the end. So don't be thinking of me, Ash. Okay, it just happened with me, gentlemen. 7 o'clock in the morning, call, but with I don't need to say, from the U.S. Okay, very frustrated and, bad language. All right, they used to say. All right, fraud. Um, you are gonna be investigated for fraud. This, that. You stole money from my account. Blah blah blah. Wipe my account. Okay, and I see this information and this number, and I, on the merchant. Okay, and okay, so I talked to the individual. I said, my name is Ash, and yes, the word O founders dash on passive is our business, so we have something in common. I'm going to walk you through something like 5 minutes, but how we can always not let somebody to take over and affect you with their personality and perspective. Stick to your core and to your character, no matter what it is, and they might change and come around. And watch this. This is probably one of the most aggressive personalities I've had in a while. Somebody's yelling and threatening and all that. I said, okay, I assure you that there will be no money taken from your account. Whatever is done, I'm here to help you. But I wouldn't know anything unless I have more information. There's no possible way on earth that this company would go and guess your credit card or debit card information and decide to pull a transaction today. I kept getting this, from my alert from the bank, this and that. Okay, I understand. It happened to me many times. So let me help you. I said, there's no way on earth I'm giving you a piece of information. You could tell me anything about you. Okay, I said, no problem. We are on passive. We have a company. I'm here located. This is my name. This is my number. I'm talking to you from that number. Okay. I'm going to give you my email address. Don't worry, I'll give you all the information. But we've got to work together. Somebody's, is hurting you. Okay. But trust me, let's assume it's not us as a company. There's no way we can do it technically. And he said, I understand. I said, okay, why don't you call the bank? Number one, I'm going to work with you. Don't give me any information. I trust, but I want to work with you. I'm going to assist you. Call the bank, close the car. There has to be somebody who got a hold of your car. There's no possibility that we will know and go and charge you. Somebody got a hold of you. And we don't store card information. I wouldn't know. Okay. The only piece of information, we get an email address, but if that person is using your card, they use their email address. So I don't need your email address. It's useless. Don't give it to me. Now he's a little bit more breathing. Yeah, this guy's wanting to help me and not asking me for information. Makes sense, I guess. I said, you call the bank, you close the account, let's protect it, okay? Don't share any information, and I'm going to call you back. I called him back. Okay, the account is closed. Yeah, they wiped it off, nothing. I said, all the transactions that occurred today, you cancel them, like dispute them, like reject them, don't approve them, anything, okay? Then he started, okay, oh, it's only one transaction, but this company and this company. So this person got a hold of their card and they've been shopping. They wiped out the card. So we closed the card, we rejected all the payments, and now they're back in the account, in the balance. It's a Wells Fargo. I said, now, if you feel comfortable, that card is closed. If you give me the last 4 digits, which is done, there's no way I can guess. this would be a thread where I can trace that criminal, because I want to know them. I don't want them in my business. Somebody used your card and they know what they're doing. I want them out of my business. You should have your money back anyway. Okay, so there's no need for me unless you want to kind of limit those people. Okay, and he said, you sound to be uh, a genuine person. I appreciate you. And you know what? I'll share with you any information you want to know. You want my name? This is my name. This is my, okay. I said, no, no, I just need the last 4 digits. I don't need the number. Okay. By the time he was done, I said, okay, I got it. It's a Visa card. It's this bank. Okay. Wells Fargo, this, that. Okay. Yeah. He said, yes, yes. That's all I need. Okay. Now, but I don't know the card information. I said, this is exactly what happened. This person paid 7 times that they failed. One went through, obviously the first one, but they kept on paying for other accounts. We know the accounts they tried to pay, the person's name, not in the United States, outside, okay? And uh, the radar of that merchant, Stripe, decided to block the card. But after so many attempts, but one succeeded. I said, by the way, you said the bank, oh, but there's still one payment that I owe it to you. I'm going to click refund. Don't worry, your account, your card is closed, but the account is there. So we'll go to the account. I guarantee it will be on an account by the morning. Okay. And he was in gratitude, and now he's nicer. He's talking to me more professional. He cut the F word and all that, language. Start talking to me English instead of French. Okay. And now, we're more buddies. So now I can talk to him what could happen, and he realized that I went through hell and uglier, and I said, there's nothing. Okay. I think $700 something was in his account that was wiped out. That I did have my fair share and all of that. At the end, he was literally telling me, okay, I would love to know more about this founders on passive. Okay. Sound like a legit business. You guys are taking care of your people. You didn't have to do that. And he said, if you want me to contact anybody, like your anybody, like your supervisor, and tell them how amazing of a person you are and how much you helped me, and so you definitely need to be recognized. Okay. I said, let me put my wife on the phone. That's the only boss I have. You're talking to the to the owner of the company, and we had a laugh and a laugh, and it ended. We could hug, like if we were in person, we could literally have a meal together and all that. Here's the lesson. Here's the lesson. Uh, because of what they're used to, because of the insecurity, because of, okay, I'm afraid this is fraud. Okay, I got like 10 times, fraud on my phone. It has to be a fraudulent person. But until they deal with you directly and without a threat, at their comfort, I'm not pushing anything, but I'm genuinely giving you a solution. This is the psychology of Unpassive. People will really understand that we are a true, genuine, ethical solution to many things in life and many aspects of life. And they would realize that we're not here to harm, and they would come not only with a strong heart and all of that, but they would come with love, not out of fear, not being pushed in it. Okay. And they would deal with it as it's their own business, and they would hold the bat and they would fight for it. That is not a business. That is a movement. That is a revolution. Okay. When you have those people, this is what I'm trying to replicate through you. Stay who you are, and have the character of Unpassive through you, regardless of how people deal with you, or they might say or not say. Okay. We are who we are, and I have like no more pride I could add. I'm really to the maximum. I'm a super proud in air, and I just want you to believe that it's only going to get better, but collectively. All right, good is there, and even that guy, if I reacted to what he said emotionally, then he would have trapped me and dragged me into a swamp or to a shallow level that I shouldn't go there. Okay, but stick there, stay high, stay above, keep your chin up. They will come to you, and always the truth will emerge, and it will win. The facts will come up, and you don't have to push it. So we have so much to tell. Okay, so we should be all proud in air.
All right.
Hey, my time is up.
Thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. If you got time for one question, I see Jeffrey Morlock's got his hands up. If not, we appreciate
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I just got a text. You have only 10 more minutes. Okay, so I have a permission for 10 more minutes.
All right, Jeffrey, go ahead with your question.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate that, Milo, and going on my behalf. Mr. Mufareh, obviously your words are greatly appreciated, and we look so forward to you. Thank you for sharing yourself with us tonight. You opened up the topic that I wanted to ask a question about, and the other night on the webinar,
yeah,
you spoke about those bad eggs in a way.
Sure.
That use social media to hurt the founders, hurt you even, and hurt OnPassive.
Yeah.
You mentioned some legal things, some lawsuits and such. Is that information that you provided, is that something that we can share in a public video if it's got the right language? Is that all right to do?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, but here's the thing, like, you're gonna start, what kind of impression are we trying to give about OnPassive? Like, okay, are we involved in like so many lawsuits and all that? Let's focus on the real deal, the values, the products, the core of our mission here, instead of, I mean, I don't know how much useful it is. Trust me, we get easily attacked daily. Okay, easily, safely, I can tell you, daily, and some days are very harsh. Okay, different levels, different capacities. There's no possible way, if we're not real and we are the truth and they are the bogus, we would sustain, and they are vanished. They keep. Okay, remember that quickly. I don't know if you know it, Jeffrey, but I think Red and Marty, they know it. Charles Osang shared a story with us a while ago. Is it the falcon or the eagle? They fly, and
Eagle.
then
It's the eagle.
Yeah, the
eagle.
The crow, try to kind of piggyback on their back, okay, and fly along with them. And the eagle doesn't get bothered. It just keeps flying and soaring and flying and higher and higher. With time, the crow will just drop by itself. It just cannot go that high. Eagle is eagle, crow is a crow, okay? And the OnPassive is OnPassive. The truth is the truth. Allow me to mute that person. Okay. And the truth will always thrive and go higher, and the garbage would drop. So, but listen, we just expanded our legal activities in different regions and all of that, and we continue to do that. And it's not going to stop. Okay, our media, our OMR, what is it? Online management reputation. Okay. So we invest in that, and it is important, okay, because you hurt the reputation of OnPassive. Not only you spoil the motivation and the proper information with the actual founders / customers, users, beneficiaries of 'Passive, okay, the staff will be hurt because now they are going to be questioned by their families, and not such a reputable company. To bring in more talent, we're not even halfway with how many more we want to recruit and onboard. Okay, so that would affect somebody who's coming, and would affect somebody who's getting paid and making a living and feeding their family from on passive. That will affect the sales and the potential of the millions to come, all the missions, all the humanitarian impact that is piled up for passive, that would be spoiled for somebody's idiocy or lack of knowledge or typical silly pity mediocrity that they're accustomed to. They would just blab on where there's a crowd and they get some views and all that. That's just the wrong way to build a business or to make a living. And it has a price. It has a cost. Not, I didn't invent that. So if it was me, I never bother. I would never even know. If it doesn't look like something, I would never watch. I would never. But it's because of the protection of this, massive empire. It's not. Unpassive will be the biggest company on the planet. Make no mistake. Okay, in a very short time, it will be bigger than all the vendors we deal with them. I smile all the time, like they're trying to accept us and get approval with this, with that, this bank, this company, this country, this, that. Listen, we're going to be the boss, and then they will be honored that one day they served us. Okay, no mistake. But I wouldn't bother. I would keep soaring like an eagle, and they would drop like flies. Perhaps the legal track will be there. It's a part of the game. I mean, Alibaba has 300 lawyers. Jack Ma, okay, 300 lawyers. We don't have that many, hopefully, transactions and dilemma when it comes, because it's a lot of products and so many things involved. I hope, that we don't need to get that, but if we need to get 3,000 lawyers, we will have them. I mean, if we need to hire judges and courts and Supreme Court to work for us, I don't mind it.
Awesome.
They got money, we got money. They got power, we got power. They got value, we got value. If somebody otherwise trying to blab and bark at us, we're going to smack them on the head.
Stand our ground. Awesome. Ash, we're down to just a few more minutes with you, and wonder if I can bring one more on for one more question.
Sure.
Real quick.
Let's do the last one. Yes.
Stephen, come on down and ask your question. Let's try to keep it to a couple minutes. We're only 4 minutes away from Mr. Ash's timeline. Stephen Watson.
Hey, Malo, are you hear me?
I hear you. Come on. You got something to ask Mr. Ash?
Hey, Stephen.
Yes, I'm actually.
Good.
Hey,
Good to
Ash.
reconnect, brother. How are you?
I'm doing better and better. Excuse
Fantastic.
my background. I'm in a car driving. I drive for Uber. And this is actually what I wanted to ask, Ash. You came on blowing our mind as usual, talking about world domination. And I'm thinking with all the not with all my life and this other stuff, we spend a lot of time in our cars. So I was thinking, would it be too far-fetched? Well, nothing is far-fetched, like I say, one can think it, to have something unpassive related, dedicated to the car. For instance, we're always on our phones, everything is on our phones. But then you get in a car, the phone can be a distraction. So I was thinking probably, that the Tesla dashboard, it has pretty much everything there. I was thinking unpassive related, because there's going to be so many founding members in unpassive. They get in a car, immediately on their fingertips or whatever, they can say, okay, I'm going to log into unpassive, whatever function that I'm going to be dealing with on that particular car ride or whatever the case may be. Is that too far-fetched of an idea? Or something that
we get. Remember, we have innovative labs, and we have labs that are specified in, specialized in mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, okay, etc. And the car was brought up, you know, in several ideas and products. However,
Okay.
we're clear on our lane, okay? So we prefer to leave that you know, automobile industry for the good players. You know, you got some very legendary makers, car makers, but they will use unpassive in some aspects. Remember, the challenge for them, and I, you know, feel with them. Okay, we have such an amazing advantage. Okay, we're building from the ground up. Okay, so we get to come up like with AI, with everything. Everything is built in from the inception, so it is more natural. It's more, I would say, uh, kind of boldly connected. Versus for them, they're going to have to refurbish, they're going to have to remake and all that, and the cost of the car, it doesn't allow, because you know, a car that is 10 years is depreciating, and now you're going to add something that is more valuable to, it's not going to revive. Okay, so it's better to invest in the human, but we have something that will be in every car. That's a different statement, a different statement, a complete different direction, and go think, what is the one thing that every car would use, and we would be only the only provider to it. So I think in the US,
Well,
probably 200 million cars. We can look it up. Yeah, 150, maybe 2 million cars on the streets of America alone. All right. Okay. How many cars? I have
that's
Uncle
true enough.
Google here. How many cars are? Oh, I was going to ask how many. 1.4 billion vehicles in
Yeah.
2019 in the world. All right. What is the one thing? Okay, this is a homework. What is the one thing that 1,400,000,000 cars would use, and all the other next 104 billion?
That will be old tracker, Ash.
No idea. I have no idea.
That's gonna be old tracker. You can't win me on this, Ash. That's old
Bigger,
tracker. I got
bigger.
it.
No. They would need it.
Yes, don't need it.
No. The car
No, not
wouldn't run without
necessarily.
it.
Not necessarily.
You want
Yes.
something that,
Okay.
yeah, this is an accessory. Okay, something more. Okay,
Okay.
and something that people are gonna kiss on passive for it. Okay,
Wow.
I think that's enough. I
Thank you.
didn't plan.
Okay,
That's
Ash.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ash.
Wow.
Keep up the good work. Thank you, Engineer Michael. Great work. I'm still catching up with yesterday's session. Perhaps Jeffrey Lennon. I heard, you know, Milo and Dan and Marty DeGarmo as usual. Red, you're doing a great work as well. Thank you all, Marciana, and of course Dr. Benny. I have a lot of. I want to say all of your name. My sister Cynthia here. She's also an idea maker. Okay. Dr. Bill, heard him before. So all of you, great thinkers.
Love you.
I
I love you. I love you.
and the word I say, passive genius founders. Okay, because that's it. No more smart people will be coming to hold your position. So
Thank
keep up the good work. What I would see in the future, very soon, we will have a facility on the innovation and on innovative labs. Like, we can make a portal on the website where you can submit an idea that will be screened machinery, okay, or artificially, okay. And if it's worthy, it will be submitted to a committee that will be just specialized to screen those ideas if they're worthy, okay, until it gets to me. If it gets to me, then it's something that is more likely viable, and that's more work for me. It will be done. Not limited to technology, and AI. So if anything that is valuable and worthy to human beings, we will do it. We're committed to that. We're passionate about compounding that value, no doubt. So don't worry, we'll have all those ideas, whether it's a car, whether it's a a quick hack. How can you become a master belly dancer in 5 seconds? Whatever genius, crazy idea you have, we will make it happen. All right, just think about it. Don't think about the high on how much. Think of it. If you think, okay, flying pizza without a delivery guy, we can do that. No problem.
All righty, thank you.
I'm
so
kidding.
much.
Don't be emailing me 1,000. Oh, that's a good idea. I want to order flying pizza. I'm kidding, but I wasn't kidding about make the ideas. Yeah, okay. So I don't think it's worth it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ash, for coming tonight and blessing us with your presence.
Thank
and
you.
dropping all those golden nuggets. We appreciate it. And thanks to the special guests that we had on tonight. Mr. Red Redford from the UK, Mr.
He's
Marty
unbelievably impressing me. Wow.
And Lynn Nakamoto helping us on the backside, and Mr. Michael, Engineer Michael, and Jeffrey Morlock. Thank you guys all, but it's all important that all of you were here, because if you wasn't here, we wouldn't have a show. Thank you so much for coming, and that ends our show for tonight. Thank you, everybody. Good night from Nashville.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
From
Good
Maryland.
Night.
night.
Good night.
Good night.